I've had to lie to you guys 3 times.
Welcome back. Welcome. Guess who went to court? Surprise, surprise. Respondent Sarah K. Boone versus Brian Boone petitioner. Let's talk about it. So remember the last time we were talking about Sarah and Brian going to court, and the judge gave them, I think, 30 days to write like parental plans and financial plans and motions and everything. We did a whole video on that. Now, Sarah has written in her petitions and her motions, handwritten, I might add. I guess since she doesn't have Lana's help anymore, it's kind of hard for her to move around. So we're going to read her motions, her responses, and just find out what happened at court. I hope everyone is doing really, really well today and every day, actually. And we're rooting for Brian. He should almost be to the finish line, right? He should almost be free. Do you guys think he's going to end up owing Sarah any money? Do you think the money would even last her if she gets it? Like, in my mind, I think she like owes a bunch of people in jail money already. So she's like already on the books, if you know what I mean. So she's like ready to watch all these movies and order Jumpin' Java. And I just hope Brian doesn't have to foot the bill. But let's look into these court documents. And of course, we'll be reading from the documents today. Sidebar, Tanika told me that Sarah got in trouble, and I was really excited to find out what she did. So I think we'll talk about that in another video. But right now, we're going to read off of the court documents that were filed May 15th, 2025. And Division 31 provided to Lowell Correctional Main Unit by Sarah Boone to the court. And this is the respondent's motion for court appointed of guardian ad litem to preserve and protect her parental rights. Her meaning Sarah K. Boone. So, comes now, pro se respondent Sarah K. Boone respectfully moves this honorable court for the appointment of a guardian ad litem pursuant to Florida statutes, and she goes on to list the statute, as a ground states the following. This, 1, is a family law matter involving parental responsibility, time sharing, and other issues affecting the minor child between the respondent and petitioner. 2, due to the inappropriate allegations and repeated ongoing slander made by the petitioner, being Brian Boone, regarding the surrounding circumstances of the respondent, she believes she, being Sarah Boone, she believes it is vital to her preservation ability of her own invaluable parental rights and the protection of their minor child's best interest to be clearly presented in this matter between his mother and self. The request necessary appointment of a neutral, professionally trained, independent guardian ad litem to ensure the proper success of the aforementioned for all parties, primarily and foremost the minor child. 3. The respondent is concerned the child's emotional and mental welfare may be heavily impacted by the legal proceedings of this unequally leveled family case, and a guardian ad litem will provide an objective third-party assessment of the child's situation, aid in the stability of his understanding of freedom to be himself, answer his questions, provide a voice in his request to be his mother's life, to unburden himself for clarity in his relationship with both parents futuristically. 4. A guardian ad litem is empowered under Florida law to investigate the facts of the case, interview the child, parties, and other relevant individuals, and submit a report to the court, a report of their findings and recommendations to all positive, healthy future arrangements that are in the child's best interest. Sidebar, Sarah just totally glosses over the fact about the case that initially got them here in the first place. She's basically saying that this family law case is going to scar the minor child in some way more than what she actually did to George. 5. While the guardian ad litem may consider the wishes of the minor child when appropriate, their primary duty is to assess and report what is in the child's overall best interest based on all circumstances, possibilities, and efforts made by the parents. Again, it seems as if Brian, the petitioner, is pretty much doing his part. He's a single dad and he's doing everything, all of his responsibilities, and she isn't, and allegedly wasn't before. The respondent graciously requests that the court determine if a pro bono or low-cost guardian ad litem may be appointed in this case based on the known and unconcluded financial circumstances of the respondent. We know Sarah is all about the money. It always comes back to the finances. And understand her determination in showing ceaseless good faith efforts to be permanently included and removed in the life of her child, regardless of the location, time, or any other possible circumstances. Wherefore, the pro se respondent, Sarah K. Boone, respectfully requests from this honorable court. And she goes on to list, grant this motion for appointment of guardian ad litem by the court to preserve and protect her invaluable parental rights. B. Appoint a qualified neutral party guardian pursuant to Florida statutes to justly represent the best interest of minor child. Order the guardian ad litem to conduct an independent investigation, consider the child's preferences when appropriate, and submit a written report to the court for application in this family law case. Allocate or waive the cost of the guardian ad litem as justice and equity required, and grant such other future relief as the court deems just and proper. Respectfully submitted this 14th day of May 2025. Respondent, Sarah K. Boone.
I'm just tired of it happening. I mean, it was midnight. I mean, child's trying to sleep and just...
Right.
Okay, now if we know Sarah Boone, we know she has an exquisite taste and overvalues herself. She thinks she's a housewife of Lowell Correctional Facility and wants to be taken care of there. So she has made a handwritten financial statement. This statement is very detailed and it has all of the checks and balances. Do you have a bank account, stocks and bonds? You know, it's just pretty much listing everything that all of her assets. But I wanted to focus on the main part, the new part. She is now stating that her car was worth $8,000 and her heirlooms and her storage unit that former husband allegedly put all of her heirlooms in, and she doesn't even know if the storage is still there. We saw that and we read that in some messages. Well, she's saying that that storage unit is worth $10,000. Yes, the possessions that she left and her home at the time were worth $10,000, and that Brian owes her that. It looks like the way she has it listed, they'll split the cost. So if she doesn't go for $18,000, she'll at least go for $9,000, half of that. So she's gunning for some thousands of dollars from Brian at minimum. And going back to her parental request, it amazes me that she treats this whole situation like this is somewhere that her minor child can just come and hang out and have fun, and that like he's missing out on something. Is she even considering what he would feel like seeing his mother there, or how he feels about what she actually did? It would be interesting to know if she's ever even apologized to him for leaving him, pretty much abandoning him.
Annalene, know that.
I don't.
Know that.
You got up and you went up to bed.
Now, the judge denied her grandiose request of an appointed guardian, but I wonder how Sarah's going to approach and handle this case alone. Do you guys think she's going to be able to handle it? Because not only does she not have the dream team, James Owens and company, but Lana is no longer here. And she has her scissor sisters, but we always see Christina is pretty flaky. You know, she's always like missing visits and calls, and she's kind of chasing Christina down. And the other scissor sisters are kind of, seems like they're just filling out a fantasy, talking to an inmate, you know, and just, it seems as if the thrill is dying down around Sarah, and it's all coming to an end. We will get a first-hand report from the family court, because Tanika is definitely planning on going to her court case, and I wonder what Sarah is going to say, if she'll even be able to focus, you know, or if she'll turn around and smile like she did in court when she was smiling at people behind her. I wonder if she'll even be able to focus. Wow. So we'll stay tuned for that. And we'll get into this grievance that Sarah got, or this write-up. What is she up to in there? See you on the next video. Futuristically, know that. Who are you? Beautiful. Beyoutful. Now, if you made it this far and you like to get a little extra, let's check out Sarah's certificate of service. We know how important those are to her. She made several kerfuffles about it during the trial. She used to demand her certificate of service. Did I receive the certificate of service? Yes. Was it sent? I didn't receive the certificate of service. So here it reads, I hereby certify, in capitals, that a true and correct copy of the foregoing has been mailed to Honorable Judge LaShonda K. Jackson, and a copy will be filed upon receipt and electronically sent to the petitioner's attorney on this 14th day of May 2025. Honorable Judge LaShonda K. Jackson, Orange County Courthouse. Joshua J. Martell, Esquire, Attorney for Petitioner. Sarah Boone, Pro Se Respondent.